Good evening. I'm sitting in a kids' church classroom in the basement of the church in Shelby. Instead of vlogging my day-to-day, I just wanted to talk to you about two things really. I want to share some of these children's prayer requests because they're quite fantastic. I miss the days when my problems were that trivial, honestly. But there's some real stuff on there, but then there's some stuff like, really? Do we need to pray about that? But pray about everything, right? I don't know. I'm not making fun of prayers. It's just hilarious. We'll get to it. Also, I want to talk about how I ended up on this tour. It's day 42 and I haven't really explained how I know the exchange or how I know what I'm doing as when it comes to being a roadie. So I'll talk about that a little bit. Sound good? Sweet. First prayer request right here is, help me find my pocket knife. And he spelled pocket wrong, so I'm gonna tell you right now, he is not old enough to have a pocket knife. But this is Montana, and it's different here. It's hard to explain. But in Montana, you don't have to be able to spell pocket to wield a pocket knife. All right. The story of how I got on this tour starts it starts in college. There was this band that I thought was cool. They were like one of the few bands at Northwest University, and I wanted to join them. And it was the Union Street Orchestra. They were looking for some musicians, and I was like, I'm a musician. And so I became their keys player. I played the piano thing. And that was an amazing adventure all of its own. We went from being the Union Street Orchestra to a band called the New Tribe, which was the new thing, and it was awesome, and we made this music that is super great and I'm so proud of. And if you want a free copy of our EP, well, it's on Spotify, but I also have like 100 copies in my car. So you leave a comment down below that you want one, get in touch with me somehow, send me your address, and maybe when I have free time, I'll mail you one. Or a postcard. If you still want a postcard, I'll send you a postcard. Before I proceed, let's look at another prayer request. Dear God, please keep Steven from getting a cold. Thank you. Okay, so I'm in the New Tribe, and meanwhile, I go to the same school as Britt and Jack from the exchange, and so like we're starting to become friends. I distinctly remember, I don't remember it, but Britt told me this memory where we went to the caf for lunch and I said to him, Britt, I want to be friends. And he was like taken aback, but he's like, okay, I respect your brutishness. That's not the right word. Blatantness? No. So I'm kind of friends with Britt and I know Jack and I know techie things and I'm in this band called the New Tribe and the New Tribe knows Britt and Jack. And so the New Tribe goes on tour with the exchange for 10 days last August, about a year ago. And we toured through Montana, and that's how I know some of these people that we've been seeing. Especially today, Damien, so great to see him. And all the other people, Jenna and Caitlin and Tanner and Steven. He dropped my laptop last year, and today he realized and he apologized while I was tapping away. And I was like, don't worry about it. Kind of struggling with reading this one, but I'm pretty sure it just says Easter eggs. We can read into that any way we want. Is he still searching for that last Easter egg in his yard? Maybe. I know I was for months after Easter, and when I was 5, I probably prayed about it. Tour ends, it was awesome, and I kind of prove that I know what I'm doing. And I tried to help out a lot. Great. So, I tell Britt, I want to continue helping out. And he's like, cool, Jared. Come to our city release show, you can help out there. And then, one day I'm like, Britt, let me pick you up from the airport and let's go to Chick-fil-A so we can talk. And he's like, okay, Jared, what do you want to talk about? And I said, Britt, I want to not take that accounting job. And I want to be your roadie. This was at the crossroads in my life that I talked about in the I don't want a job video. I sat down at lunch and I said, I want to be your roadie. And he's like, well, Jared, we can't really pay you. And I said, I don't really care. I think that kind of sealed the deal for Britt, free labor, and his family, and the band, everyone. I think they're okay with me. At least at that point they were. So they were like, sure, Jared, we all voted. They vote, it's a democracy. And we'd love to bring you on the tour. And that is how I ended up here. And that's how I end up eating amazing food every day and working my butt off and losing a few pounds and learning things and just having an overall great time and touring. Should we read one more prayer? I think so. I remember, this is a good one. It says, help Riley spell words. When I was 5 years old, I didn't know how to bash other people in my prayers, but this 5-year-old is killing it. Oh, unless like she has a learning disability. That's like a real authentic, nice prayer. Well, we'll never know. Riley, I hope you learn how to spell. We all go through that learning phase where we learn how to spell. Most of them are still working on it. Riley, you'll catch up.